Swinging a ground ball over on the right side. Scooped up, throw to first in time. So the Rams start out with a 1-2-3, top of the first inning. Apologize for some technical difficulties, but here we are. 3 up, 3 down for OCU. Nathan Cutler with a great start, retiring the first 3 batters, and now we're on to the bottom of the first. Still scoreless at Bowen. Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the first. Still no score in the Rams bat up against OCU's right-handed pitcher in Logan Hill. Deals the first pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-0. So we'll have Andreas Holzer up to the plate wearing number 33, the left fielder, and Garner Bernard, and then Ozzie Millette. 1-0 is slapped back to the back screen. Evens the count up at 1-1. Then batting cleanup for Bluefield, Pepe Napoleon. Wayne Butler follows him at fifth. George Curbelo, the catcher. Trey Martin, the DH. Eli Mejia, and then Cade Botchler closing out the lineup for Bluefield College. 1-1 roped foul on the right side, taking a piece of the paneling of the batting facility, ripping that off the wall. Now at 1-2, nobody on. First inning started off 1-2-3 for Nathan Cutler. As Holzer puts it on the ground, over to short, gobbled up there, rifling to first in time for his 6-3 putout. So there's one out. Holzer retired, and now we'll see Edgardo Bernard. So Bernard steps up to the plate. He had a good game against Pikeville just a few days ago. 3 hits for Bluefield and a couple of RBIs. First pitch to the lefty. He swings and lifts it out to deep left. Starting to wind push it in, and the left fielder ranges up to make the catch for out number 2. So took on the first pitch he saw from Logan Hill. 2 outs. Still no scorer in the bottom of the first inning. After that one was caught by Hunter Holtz. So Ozzie Millette stepping up to Bluefield's home plate now. Millette in another year as the third baseman. Put a little bit of weight on and muscle this year. Also has a gigantic beard, which we didn't see during the 2019 season, and really got off to a hot start for Bluefield. First pitch with 2 outs is a fastball that flies outside high, ball 1. Had 4 home runs in the Rams' inaugural, or the first road trip they had this year. 1-0 is hit on the ground up the middle and gloved it short. Throw to first, not in time. Solid play there by the shortstop and Andrew Daria, but he could not get Millette, who gets the first base hit of the afternoon. So the Rams put a man on with 2 outs, and now we'll see Pepe Napoleon. Well, Napoleon, the center fielder today, played a lot in left field last year. Very strong hitter. Very well liked around the clubhouse as well. Has an open stance on the right side, starts to dig in. Millette with a solid lead over at first base. Logan Hill with no sleeves on in the cold afternoon. Slings it. First pitch is high for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, a man on at first. Still no score as Millette inches off. 1-0, Napoleon liked it. Laid off, though, as it curves outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Here at Bowen Field, 335 on the corners, about 400 dead center here at the home of the Bluefield Blue Jays, the rookie affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays, and for 50 years home of the Bluefield Orioles. 2-0, big cut and a miss from Napoleon as he tried to launch that one down the left field line. Now a batter's count at 2-1. Napoleon backs up just the pants and digs back in. Small lead at first for Millette. The pitch bounces in the dirt. Catcher keeps it in front of him. And now a 3-1 for Napoleon. So the inning started off pretty well for Logan Hill. Retired Holzer on a ground out to short, and then Bernard flew out to left field. (3-1). Swung on and laced over to short, tossed to second in time. And a fielder's choice is what ends the first inning. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on. We head to the second. Still no score here in Bluefield. Welcome back, everybody. We are on to the second inning. Nathan Cutler still on the mound. He'll deal with a 4-5-6 of Ohio Christian. Still no score between the Rams and the Trailblazers from Ohio Christian. Ian Rysinga leads it off, the DH, followed by Hunter Holt, the left fielder, and Joe Henderson in center. First pitch to the righty is buried low, and it's ball 1. Cutler, sorry if you missed it because of some of the technical difficulties we had here at Bowen, retired the first 3 batters pretty effortlessly, struck out Connor Jaron, and then forced a pop out and a ground out as the 1-0 flies in there for a strike. Makes it at 1-1. Remember, folks, this game's 9 innings, and then the second game only 7, all part of an NAIA doubleheader. 1-1. Big cut and a miss, strike 2. Breaking ball seems to be working for the Bedford, Virginia native. Nods. Comes set, the 1-2. Lazy swing, pop up right side. Bernard races to the track and watches it hit the John Deere Gator. Makes it 1-2. Oh, beautiful day for baseball if you're just looking at it here with the sun-kissed mountains here in Bluefield, Virginia. Very cold, and as long as that wind doesn't pick up, it'll be a decent day considering we're in the middle of February. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Ball hit the dirt, and the tag laid down by the catcher, Curbelo. It's second strikeout of the day for Cutler, and the second one we've seen on a ball in the dirt. So the junk is working for Nathan Cutler so far. First pitch, or first out of the second inning, as now we go to Hunter Holt, the left fielder. Wearing number 2, the second lefty in the lineup that Cutler's had to deal with today. So Holt licks the bat around, the deal. Fastball outside, ball 1. Millette was starting to come up into the infield grass on the third base side. Have to see if Holt does lay down a bunt. Ready for the 1-0 with 1 out. Flaring outside again, 2 balls, no strikes. No hits so far for Ohio Christian. Holt trying to change that here. 2-0. Big cut and a miss. There's the fastball that Cutler wanted, and Curbelo points at his pitcher. Oh, remember, folks, if you haven't done so already, Naquan Cousins of the Bluefield College Rams men's basketball team is in a national dunk competition in tournament style. 2-1. Cut and a miss again, evens up the count at 2-2. So head on over to darkhorsedunker.com. You have to scroll through a couple of matchups to get to Naquan, but he's facing this fellow from Idaho, or the College of Idaho. Come on, folks, we need him to win. So vote on Naquan Cousins. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Nathan Cutler. And out number 2 in the top of the second. I have to give it to the gentleman from the College of Idaho. He has some pretty nasty dunks in his video, but I think Naquan might be the better athlete. That'll bring up Joe Henderson. Nod from the righty to the righty. Fastball that crosses the knees for strike 1. 2 outs, nobody on. And an 0-1. Bluefield playing pretty loose so far. Cutler trying to keep this going. 0-1. Henderson slaps it 1 in the dirt for strike 2. So a strike away from striking out the side in the top of the second inning. Cutler, wearing number 23, slaps the ball right back into his black glove. Toes on that freshly painted rubber. It's the sign from Curbelo. Henderson is ready on the right side. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch bounces in the dirt. Didn't get him to swing at that bait, as it took a hefty bounce about 4 feet in front of the plate. I was trying to bury it there. Count at 1-2. Here it is. Just a check swing, and it hit him. Well, the sound, it definitely hit some sort of padding he had, because you couldn't initially tell if it hit the knob of the bat, but, well, the umpire right behind home plate said that it hit his elbow. So that gets Cutler out of his groove for just a second. A hit by pitch. I'll bring up Jared Hamlin. First time we've seen Hamlin today, 7th batter in the lineup. First runner of the ball game for Ohio Christian. And for the first pitch, there's a perfect breaking ball right over the plate. Strike 1. Slight lead, he's taking off, swinging a line drive, center field, base hit. Napoleon picks it up. He'll throw it back in. Mejia cuts off, and the hit and run works for Ohio Christian as Henderson gets to second base. He would have already after the single from Jared Hamlin. First hit of the ball game, and that'll bring up Hayden Hufford. So the Trailblazers have a couple men on here after Cutler struck out the first two batters. 8th batter in the lineup in Hufford. First pitch. Hufford looks at it in the dirt. Curbelo slings off the catcher's mask and checks down. Nobody's going. Makes it 1-0. Inning started off with Rysinga striking out on a pitch in the dirt. Hunter Holt went down swinging as well. Then Joe Henderson with an 0-2 count got plunked. We just saw a single after Henderson took off to second. So Jared Hamlin on at first base. Scoreless in the top of the second here in Bluefield. Now the 1-0. Swung on, lifted to left field. Holzer has a beat on it. Trots back 3 steps and makes the catch. And 2 men are left on. We're through 1.5 at Bowen Field. Rams coming to bat, all tied up at 0-0. Welcome back, everybody. Logan Hill still on the mound for OCU, and the Rams have their 5-6-7 due-up. Wayne Butler looks at a pitch outside for ball 1. So we'll see Butler, the second baseman, George Curbelo, the catcher, and then Trey Martin, the designated hitter. That pitch is roped over to short and reeled in. What a play for the shortstop and Andrew Daria. That is a hard L6 right into the books. Butler put a charge onto that one. And unfortunately for Bluefield, reeled in perfectly by the shortstop. Quick first out of the second inning. Still no score, nobody on. Curbelo trying to change that with the red batting gloves, wearing number 7, digs in on the right side. First pitch called a strike in the outside corner. Well, Hill has gotten some help from his shortstop. He was able to get Holzer out and almost threw on Ozzie Millette. That pitch is swung on and hit right back to the pitcher. Hill making a catch, and OCU starting to believe in some of the great fielding plays they're making. Now for Hill, you got to be a little bit wary with how hard they're hitting the balls you're throwing at you, or you're throwing at them. But, well, OCU making the plays. So a quick 2 outs. Bottom of the second, no score. Trey Martin, the DH, steps up to the plate. First pitch. Swung on, grounded up the middle for a base knock. So Martin has the second hit of the ball game for Bluefield College. Gets on with 2 outs to send Eli Mejia, the shortstop, to the plate. And Mejia with a 2-run single a few days ago and a 14-13 win. 14-13, middle of the week. The weather was horrible. Such a long game. The Rams had to win, or got to win, so you can't really complain that much as Mejia jumps out of the way. But head Coach Mike White, in his infinite wisdom, said it was like a bad trip to the dentist. It took so long in the cold, and the Rams won. Here's the 1-0. Watched outside, 2-0. So man at first and Trey Martin. Kate Botchler on deck if we get that far for Bluefield. The righty wearing number 13 looks at Logan Hill. Ready for the 2-0. Popped up down the right field line. Not enough real estate to catch up to this one as the ball gets right near or lands on top of the roof of the batting facility. So at 2-1 on a calm Saturday in the winter. Slight lead at first for Martin. Hill from the belt. Fastball watched in the dirt for ball 3. Count at 3-1. Rams trying to get on the board first, hitting the first 2 balls pretty hard, reeled in by the shortstop and the pitcher for OCU. Martin at first after a single, 3-1. Outside ball 4. No, Mejia was ready to trot and throw the bat, and the umpire told him to get back in the box. Full count as that one hit the corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As we're looking for a clutch 2-out base hit. Come set. The payoff. Swung on, hit on the left, hard and through to left field for a base hit. Martin goes on to third after it's bobbled in left field. Mejia on to second. He gets there. So we'll wait on how that is scored, as that one was mishandled in left field by Hunter Holt. Likely would have just been a single for Mejia, but then the bobble in left allowed both runners to advance. So we'll put it as a single and then an E7, which allowed them to move forward. So Martin's at third, Mejia on at second base. And Cade Botchler, stout right fielder, up to the plate. 2 men on in scoring position. First pitch hits the outside corner on the lefty. Remember, folks, this is a minor league ballpark, so it's built with professional ramifications in the back, so it's kind of a deep backstop with a little bit of a lip going up to the wall. So a bad pitch, Martin's going to score. 0-1. Called a strike. That was high. On an 0-2 count now, Botchler steps to the plate. Freshman from Maryville, Tennessee, with 2 men on in scoring position. Still scoreless. Here's the 0-2. Watched high and outside. Oh, Botchler. Just 5'8". That pitch might have been every bit of 5'7". That was called the second strike. 1-2 deal. Flares outside on the corner. Got him. So the Rams leave 2 men in scoring position on 1 hit, make it 2 hits, 1 error, and we head to the 3rd inning, still scoreless at Bowen Field. Top of the third inning in Bluefield. A happy birthday out to one of our special listeners, Stevie Collier. Happy birthday, buddy. As now Bluefield still with Cutler on the mound. First pitch fouled off on a bunt attempt by the 9-1-2 and Noah Henry.
Yay, Stevie!
Also, Bob Red says, happy birthday, Stevie. So Henry had 0-1. Second baseman, first time we'll see him today. Up in the batter's box, might see another bunt attempt with Bernard and Millette coming in. 0-1. Waits on it, and that is just a bit outside. I didn't miss by much, 1-1. Of course, it's a little bit tougher to figure out where it is from this angle. We see the 1-1. There's a strike. Breaking ball right down the middle. Well, we're supposed to have a press box right behind home plate this year, and, well, due to some of the finances and the recent news that minor league baseball might not be around in this area in the years to come. Here's the 1-2. Not seeing investment there as that one goes outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rams left a couple men on in the bottom of the second. Here we are in the top of the third. Ready for the 2-2. High and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So we'll see Henry, Guerin, and Daria. Cutler so far has allowed just 1 hit and hit 1 batter. The lanky Virginia native deals. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3. Another strikeout for Nathan Cutler. 4 strikeouts for Bluefield's ace. Head back to the top of the lineup and Connor Guerin. Guerin, one of those 4 strikeouts. Head back to the top of the lineup. 1 out, still scoreless. Game 1 of a doubleheader. First pitch to the righty. Watches it in the dirt for ball 1. Well, the Rams had one heck of a chance to score with 2 men in scoring position. And unfortunately for Bluefield, Bochler went down looking. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, grounded over to third, and it goes through for a base hit. Guerin gets the green light to go to second. Throw there, not in time. And Guerin slides in with a double, first extra base hit of the day for either team. Boy, it is hard to see that ball off of the bat. It is hard to see that ball come off of the bat from this side. So Millette dove, and it got past his grasp. So there's 1 out, runner at second. Andrew Daria up at the plate. The shortstop fouled out to first base his last time. Popped up left side. He was way early on that. Goes into the parking lot on the third base end. No balls, 1 strike. Runner at second for OCU. Could be the go-ahead run. 0-1. Popped up middle of the field. Mejia backs up. Butler calls him off and makes the catch for out number 2. Rams needed that. Now 2 outs after Butler makes the grab. Cutler back to the mound. We'll see Colton Lee, who grounded out to Wayne Butler at second base. So he's 0 for 1. First extra base hit of the game for Connor Guerin. Or Guerin, excuse me. Lacing it down the third base line. Oh, Colton Lee with Guerin at second base. Cutler looks into Curbelo, checks the runner, and fires. Swung on, ripped to center field. Napoleon racing back, finds the ball, and makes the catch for the 3rd out of the top of the 3rd. Rams leave a runner on at second base after a blasted double by Guerin. While Bluefield College goes to the bottom of the third, still scoreless in game one of this doubleheader. Bottom of the third we go. Here we are with Andreas Holzer. 0 for 1. Ripped the ball to short on a ground out. First pitch to the left fielder goes outside, ball one. So we'll see Holzer, Bernard, and Ozzie Millette. Millette, who singled up the middle, is one of Bluefield's 3 hits on the afternoon. Still scoreless. Rams left 2 men on in the last inning. That pitch is swung on and roped foul, looping in the air and hitting on top of the batting facility. Once again, folks, be sure to go vote in the Dark Horse Dunker competition on darkhorsedunker.com for Bluefield College men's basketball star Naekwon Cousins, trying to get him on to the second round of that tournament. That's darkhorsedunker.com. 1-1. Fouled off the body of Holzer. Makes it 1-2. Holzer, the 6'3" senior from Adelphi, Maryland, at Dundalk Community College. Steps up to the plate, readying the 1-2. Here it is. Watched inside to even the count up at 2-2. Well, Hill so far today with those 3 hits does have 1 strikeout, and boy, it was a big one with 2 men on in scoring position. It sent Botchler down looking. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, grounded hard, but straight at short. Gobbled up there, throw to first in time, and he has been thrown out by Andrew Daria twice today. So about a 6-3 put out into the books to start in the bottom of the third, and Edgardo Bernard will try to get on for Bluefield. He flew out to left his last time up. Hit a ball into shallow left to be caught by Hunter Holt. First pitch to the first baseman. Flies outside for ball 1. So once again, folks, we have game 1 right now. That'll be a 9-inning game, a 7-inning game to follow, and then tomorrow a 9-inning finale at 1 p.m. Got on and missed on the 1-0 and a low pitch, 1-1. We have a loaded week for Bluefield College sports coming up next week. 3 consecutive days of men's volleyball. You're not going to want to miss that. Here's the 1-1. Outside, ball 2. And then next week we also have senior day for Bluefield College men's basketball as well as women's basketball as they wrap up the home season against Columbia International. Hill steps off the mound, gets back on. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Still scoreless with nobody on. Here's the deal. Lefty fouls it back on the left side of the screen to even it up at 2-2. Actually, it looks like it hit right into these dugout seats we have here at Peters Park at Bowen Field, or Bowen Field at Peters Park. Onto the screen, Rocky Malamasura, general manager of the Bluefield Blue Jays. That one goes outside, ball 3, an ambassador for baseball in the 2 Virginias. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff, fouled back as Bernard stays alive. Well, 3:35 down the lines. Another payoff. Bernard cranks it foul on the ground, first base side. So it stays at 3-2, turning into a pretty healthy at-bat for Edgardo Bernard. Well, men's volleyball, speaking of them, they are in Florida today, Babson Park, facing Life Christian. Or no, excuse me, Life University, that's it. 3-2. Get off the end of the bat at third, charging up, bare hand, throw to first in time. That's a great play by the third baseman for the Trailblazers in Hayden Hufford. So now etched in 5-3 into the scorebooks. If you're keeping along at home, we'll see Ozzie Millette now with 2 outs and nobody on. Well, men's volleyball playing Life University. I don't know if you've ever heard of them before, but it's a chiropractic school down in Georgia, and their mascot is the running eagle. I don't know if you know anything about birds. First pitch is swung on and slapped over to second, reeled in, throw to first in time. Running eagles isn't the best idea for a mascot. As now that pitch looks like it, or that ball looks like it hit off of Logan Hill, the pitcher, who is now down on the mound for OCU. We'll take a break. 3 outs closing the bottom of the 3rd inning. Well, Logan Hill seems to be okay, kind of jovial as he went to the dugout, so we'll have to wonder if we'll see him in the bottom of the fourth inning. Cutler is still on the mound for Bluefield College in the top of the fourth, deals to Ian Rysenga, and it's a first pitch strike across the knees. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout, one of the 4 strikeout victims of Cutler. Deals the exact same pitch, but it's a bit more inside at 1-1. We'll see Rysenga, Hunter Holt, and Joe Henderson all due up. Henderson was the man hit by a pitch. Holt also struck out. 1-1. Check swing, didn't commit, but should have. Another breaking ball for Cutler on the outside part of the plate, strike 2. Welcome you all into the Rams Digital Sports Network, our first baseball broadcast of 2020. 1-2. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Curbelo gets it, ranges to the right, slings on to first. He caught it on a bobble. We're waiting for the call from the umpire at first base. The home plate umpire says he's safe, and he is. So it's the 5th strikeout for Nathan Cutler, but Rysenga is safe at first. I believe we have to call that an E3 because Bernard bobbled it and then caught it on a bare hand. Well, that's unfortunate for Cutler, and Mike White's coming out. He has every reason to try to argue this because the first base umpire didn't have the call, and I'm not an expert here, but I feel like if you're the first base umpire, you're the one to make that call, not the guy 90 feet away. Well, Mike White, a little bit reasonably frustrated. 15th-year head coach goes into the dugout. Well, it is the 5th strikeout for Nathan Cutler, but it won't count as an out. Now we'll see Hunter Holt, one of those 5 strikeouts. Left fielder steps to the plate. Millette with his toes in the grass now. It's showing a bunt. Curbelo gets it in the pop of his mitt. Goes outside, ball 1. Runner takes off, swing and a miss. Curbelo throws to second, tag applied. He is toast. Mejia rolled, had to make sure he had the ball in his glove. Oh, the drama at Bowen Field. All right, Senga thrown out at second base. Ball doesn't lie. And there's one away. Good job by Curbelo. That was an absolute shot down to second base. Had him by about 2 or 3 steps. It was a little high as Mejia tumbled. So there's one away. A 1-1 count now with nobody on. Still scoreless. Check swing and a pitch in the dirt. Oh, no appeal. Ball 2. Top of the 4th inning. Ohio Christian trying to find their 2nd win of the year. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. That is a big cut there on a fastball from Cutler. The ball pops into the mitt to acoustically echo throughout Bowen Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ready for a 2-2 pitch. Cutler from the belt. Here it is. Fouled back, keeps it at 2-2. So the 3-2 Bluefield College Rams waiting on their starting pitcher here to get another strikeout. 2-2. Outside and high, ball 3. They picked up a couple of games down in Jacksonville, Florida against Edward Waters. That was a 4-game series, which the Rams split with the Tigers and then beat the U-Pike Bears a few days ago. Payoff. Fouled off of the mid of Curbelo, and he's a bit frustrated he couldn't handle that one. Probably would have been a very tough play to catch for the catcher, though. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Already seen a strikeout for Cutler in the inning. And Rysenga was rifled down at second base. Another payoff. Got him looking. Strike 3 called. Holt was ready to toss the bat. The umpire had different plans for him. 6th strikeout for Nathan Cutler. So Joe Henderson trying to break this skid for the Trailblazers. 2 men up, 2 down. On top of the 4th inning. Set and the first pitch. Flies outside on the righty for ball 1. Well, the sun right overhead here at Bowen Field. Well, the trees obviously not in bloom. It was so cold yesterday. And I mean, it's not really warm day today. Here's the 1-0. Grounded up the middle. Butler ranges to the left. Gets it on a hop. Throw to first. Scooped out. Not in time. Call that a base hit for Joe Henderson. Well, speaking of the weather, with Logan Hill getting hit by that batted ball, it has to hurt even more with how cold it is. So, base hit allowed by Cutler. 3rd knock of the day for the Trailblazers. They do have 1 extra base hit. That's the lone extra base hit of the ballgame for either team. As Jared Hamlin, 1 for 1 with the single. Has to make it 2 for 2. Henderson takes off. Curbelo onto second. Not in time. Head first dive to the bag. And it's a stolen base for Joe Henderson. So now the only forces at first base. It's strike 1. They are trying to dink and dunk their way to a run here. Seems like every time Ohio Christian has had a man on, Michael Blevins has sent them. So Cutler with a man on in scoring position, checks the runner here in the top of the 4th and fires. Check swing, held up, and it's outside. Ball 1. So the righty wearing number 25. No sleeves, mind you. A blue uniform with the gray pants looks at Cutler. Bedford native nods. Here's the 1-1. Hit in the air out to right field. Long charge in for Bochler. And makes the catch. Trailblazers leave another man on in scoring position. So in that inning, we saw 2 strikeouts for Cutler, 1 hit, and 1 man left on. Bottom of the 4th. We're on our way. Still scoreless in Bluefield. So Logan Hill, even after taking that ball roped up to him by Ozzie Millette, he is on for his 4th inning of work. Pepe Napoleon, trying to avenge a fielder's choice he hit into last time, leads the 4-5-6 off and a scoreless bottom of the 4th. First pitch to the center fielder. Watches a fastball. And on that outside corner, strike 1. We'll see Napoleon, Wayne Butler, and George Curbelo all for Bluefield. Logan Hill deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. From the belt, Hill deals, swung on, bounced over to second, caught there on a hop, and thrown on to first for the first out by Noah Henry. Rams so far with 3 hits, no runs to show for it. Same thing for OCU. Bluefield College just with 3 singles, while OCU does have 1 double on the day. That's from their leadoff man, Connor Garrett. Wayne Butler hit a ball very, very hard over to short, but Andrew Daria made the catch. That pitch hits the dirt, ball 1. Bottom of the 4th inning, 1 out, nobody on. Step back, 1-0. Outside on the corner, strike 1. We have seen a good amount of Ohio Christian Trailblazers fans in the area today. After they had a base hit or a couple of crucial outs, this place lit up with Trailblazers fans. Stepping back. Now looking in. 1-1. Inside, 2-1. Wayne Butler for Bluefield College, the freshman from Louisa, Virginia. Went to Danville Community College. Ready for the 2-1. Hit in the air, left side, and foul. Gets out of here in a hurry. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So far in this game, the Rams' best chance to score was in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Trey Martin got on with a single. Mejia singled and then advanced to second on a botched ball out in left field by Hunter Holt. So the Rams had 2 men on in scoring position. 2-2. Watched outside, ball 3. And the count loads up. And then Cade Botchler, the right fielder, a freshman, up to the plate, went down looking. Since then, the Rams have not gotten a base runner. Payoff. Outside, they'll have it here on ball 4. Believe it or not, that is just the 2nd walk of the day. Or excuse me, the 1st walk of the day. 1 out and a man on. George Curbelo steps to the dish. Right-handed catcher from Miami, Florida. Pitch. Swung on, fouled back. It's very impressive when you walk into the dugout for Bluefield College or the clubhouse on just middle of the day and see how well these players gel together, even though they're separated by language barriers. Here's the 0-1. Outside, 1-1. George Curbelo, guys like Pepe Napoleon, Eli Mejia, all of them, Ozzy Millet as well, all speak Spanish as a first language. And they still can gel with guys from Maryland or West Virginia or Southwest Virginia. 1-1. Inside and low, 2-1. And the Rams staff does a very good job of getting those guys comfortable, blending them in, because I'd imagine that if you're from a Latin background, that Bluefield, Virginia, or West Virginia can almost seem like moving to Mars. 2 balls, 1 strike, and it hits the outside corner for strike 2. And that's really all on Mike White, Thomas Huddleston, and Garrett Schilling, making that a welcoming environment for guys that just want to play baseball. 2-2. Breaks inside for ball 3. So Hill has just been poking around the strike zone. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch. Check swing. He went around. Strike 3. So now 2 outs with a man on at first for Bluefield College and Wayne Butler. Still scoreless. Bottom of the 4th inning. Butler got on with a walk. That's the 2nd strikeout for Logan Hill, the righty. Now has to face the lefty and Trey Martin. He singled up the middle his first time and was left at third back in the 2nd inning. First deal to him, and the Tennessee native watches outside. his brother up in the Rangers organization, Trey Martin, missed most of last year due to injury. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch. Tennessee native looks at it, and it's called a strike. Well, the umpire really likes that area of top left outside pitches. That's on lefties. I should say top right on right-handed batters as well. But the outside top corner has been very favorable today for Logan Hill. 1 man on with 2 outs. Butler takes off. It's outside. Throw to second. Tag applied. He is out. So Martin left at the plate. Thrown out at second. Wayne Butler by the catcher and Colton Lee. And now we go to the 5th inning, still scoreless at Bowen Field. Top of the 5th here at Bowen Field in Bluefield, Virginia, right on the border. Good old West Virginia. Here's Nathan Cutler. And the first pitch to the 8th batter in the lineup, Hayden Hufford, goes low for ball 1. 6 strikeouts on the day for Nathan Cutler. Unfortunately for the pitcher, he's got no offensive help to throw him possibly into the win column this year. 1 ball, no strikes. We'll see Hufford, Henry, and then back to the top of the lineup with Connor Guerin. That pitch flies outside for ball 2, just missed. Hufford, last time we saw him up, he shot a ball out to left field for Andreas Holzer. Count at 2-0. Cutler fires away. Fouled off, strike 1. First home series of the year for Bluefield College. First game of the day. We'll see a 7-inning game after this. Kick and the 2-1. Swung on, lifted down the left field line. It's down for a base hit. Hufford on his way to second. Holzer ranges to the corner to get it, and he will. But Hufford trots in with a stand-up leadoff double in the 2nd inning. Bluefield College now being out-hit by the Trailblazers, also do not have an extra base hit today, while the Trailblazers have 2 doubles. Connor Guerin, who is on deck now after Henry hit the only other double of the ball game. So I think Bluefield College has to be wary of the bunt here. Ozzie Millette realizes that, has his toes up in the infield grass. Noah Henry's way up in the box. Shows bunt, lays it down, first base side. Cutler has to run to it himself, and he won't get there. Called a single for Noah Henry on a bunt. Runners on the corners. Hufford moves over to third base as we go to the top of the lineup with no outs and 2 men on. Oh, Cutler went over to get the ball. So did Bernard, and then no one was there to cover first base. Somebody has to cover first. Cutler, by the time he got it, realized he couldn't throw it to anybody. 2 men on, no outs. Connor Guerin at the plate. Biggest jam of the day for Bluefield College as that ball floats inside for ball 1 to the righty. Guerin is 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. The top of the 5th inning. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Scarpello throws to second, gets the out. Want to throw it home, not in time. So Bluefield was trapped there. Hufford scores. Henry is out. So now the bases are cleared, but at what cost for Bluefield College? 1 out. And by the way, a 1-1 count on Connor Guerin. So the table was set for him, and then now the tablecloth is off. As Guerin has to step back into the plate with nobody on. 1-0 the score in favor of the Trailblazers. Now Mike White wants to have a quick moment with the home plate umpire. Not 100% sure on what he was talking about there. Maybe some sort of interference. I mean, he was toast at second by about 3 steps. So Henry's out. There's 1 away, 1-1. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. 1 allowed for Cutler. Really needs to get his offense. Of course, that's not his fault. Bluefield College has to get their offense going because Cutler is pitching a good game. I mean, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts. They're now 4 1/3. That pitch flares outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm going to trade a new game ball around. Two and two. Should be worth noting. That pitch is high, ball 3. The Rams do not have a man warming up in the bullpen as of yet. Mike White has faith in Cutler at this point. I mean, the pitch count has to be relatively low. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 7th strikeout. Curbelo on to first. This time there's no problem at first base. So now the 7th strikeout, 2nd out. Another time, mind you, where Trailblazers have cut on a pitch that was buried. Andrew Derry up to the plate. 0 for 2. He's popped out a couple of times. Last time was to second back in the 3rd inning. Like we said with a pitch count, that is right down the middle for strike 1. Cutler has not faced more than 5 batters in an inning. Ready for the 0-1 from Cutler. Fouled back at 0-2. And a strike away from slightly limping out of the 5th inning. You got to think back that OCU had runners on the corners, no outs. They got a man to come in after Henry baited Curbelo to throw down to second base, but he was out. The 0-2. Swung on, rope to right. Another base knock. Opposite field for Daria, another single. And now the Trailblazers have a man on with 2 outs. So this ties the deepest inning we have seen for Nathan Cutler. Still no men in the pen for Bluefield College, and Colton Lee was likely suited up to catch the bottom of the 5th inning. Up to the plate now. Top of the 5th, 1-0 in favor of OCU after Hufford doubled, got to 3rd on the single from Noah Henry on a bunt attempt, and then was brought in after Henry stole 2nd. Hufford advanced home. First pitch to the lefty. Catcher is outside, but called a strike. Makes it 0-1. 3 hits in the inning for the Trailblazers so far. Two gone. Cutler trying to keep it at just that. The lanky pitcher checks first. Steps and pitches home. Drops inside and low at 1-1. Cutler with the ball in the glove. Dario trying to bait him. We have seen OCU base runners take off in situations like this, and he does. 1-1, fouled away left side and out of play. 1-2. Michael Blevins is thinking this is a non-conference game. Why not send these guys? I mean, truly, that's the only way they've scored today. Was off of sending men around the bases on steals. 1-2. Lee looks at it in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Curbelo trotted up to force the base runner Daria to go back to first. Long look at home. Colton Lee. Pitch. 2-2, hit on the ground. Second base side, past the dive of Wayne Butler. Botchler gets it in right field, throws it to short. Mejia with the cutoff. He can't go anywhere. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Dario with great base running ability there. Colton Lee peppering that one down the line. We have yet to see a mound visit. Now a courtesy runner coming out for OCU. That's going to be Brandon Seiler, the freshman from Akron, Ohio. Rysinga to the plate, trying to keep this era of good feelings going for OCU. He is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts today, but was caught stealing because, remember, last time he was up, that was in the 4th inning. Got on after a bobbled catch by Edgardo Bernard at first. That first pitch to him, fouls it back right to the green backstop, 0-1. Single looks at that pitch right down the middle, strike 2. So the sun beaming down here at Bowen Field. 0-2, runners on the corners, a 1-0 lead. Rysinga could be a hero here with a couple of outs on the board in the top of the 5th inning. Cutler nods and fires. In the dirt, Curbelo kicks it forward. Runner flirts with going home. He will go back, and then the runner at first, and Seiler advances to second base. So Daria, I think if he had been a bit more aggressive there and had a more confident hop, he could have scored to make that 2-0 because Curbelo thought the ball went through him. He had instead botched it forward about 5 or 6 feet down the line. Cutler was going to have to race in. Daria put on the brakes. Rysinga at the plate with a 1-2 count now. 2 men in scoring position with the only force at first base. One, two. Rysinga slings it over on the right side, and Wayne Butler gets the gray jersey dirty, but makes the catch for out number 3 to leave 2 men on for the Trailblazers. Rams, though, see the damage. There's 1 on the board for the OCU Trailblazers, leading after 4.5, 1-0. First pitch of the bottom of the fifth inning is a ball outside. Bluefield down 1-0. Logan Hill now in line possibly for the win if he gets these next 3 outs here. That pitch is fouled away by Trey Martin. And a 1-1 count. Martin was left at the plate after Wayne Butler was caught with his hands in the cookie jar back in the bottom of the fourth inning. So we'll see Martin, Mejia, and Botchler. 1-1 to the DH. Watched high and outside, ball 2. Martin has one of the 3 hits for Bluefield College. And this has been a great performance for Logan Hill on the mound for OCU after he took a very hard hit ground ball to the body back in the 3rd inning. Here's the 2-1. Fouled back, evens the count at 2-2. So the DH in a bit of a hole now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. OCU scored after a double from Hayden Hufford, a single for Henry that put runners on the corners. Henry went on to try to steal second. He was thrown out, but Hufford came in to score. Swing and a miss, couldn't golf that one out. On to first for Colton Lee, and the throw was lobbed in there in time. 3rd strikeout for Logan Hill. Eli Mejia singled his last time up, and that seems like ages ago, back in the 2nd inning. He was left in scoring position. That was the Rams' best chance to score. We've already said that. Cade Botchler watching the pitch go on the outside corner. That flies down for ball 1. Well, the Rams should have had more chances than that. They have put the ball in play a few times. It's not like Hill is fanning them left and right. 1-0. Swung on, ground ball, hit over to short. Daria is there. Throw to first, 2 outs. Two gone. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cade Botchler went down looking back in the 2nd. Just 1-0 in favor of OCU. First pitch. Now the freshman watches it go outside, ball 1. Ready for the 1-0. Botchler eyes it outside again. It was low, 2-0. Well, it seems that the Rams have a body out in the bullpen. He has yet to start warming up. Like we said, I mean, Nathan Cutler is not on very deep into innings as that pitch is swung on and missed. He's had a great game. I mean, 6 strikeouts, 7 hits, with 4 of them being in the 5th inning. So you're starting to see a little bit of the fatigue on the Rams starter. Here's the 2-1. Got on and missed, strike 2. So have to see how long Thomas Huddleston and Mike White stay with their starting man here in game 1. 2 balls, 2 strikes, quick pitch. Outside just by an inch, ball 3. And Botchler lives to see another pitch. The right fielder in a full count with nobody on, down 1-0. Payoff. Check swing, foul ball. Head off of the umpire, and I believe they got a piece of Colton Lee, the catcher, as well for OCU. Boy, I am not excited for when that sun starts to set and there's a glare. 3-2. Outside, ball 4, and the Rams have a man on with 2 outs. Top of the lineup, Andreas Holzer 0 for 2. Just the 2nd walk of the day issued by Hill. Now, will we see a new pitcher for OCU, yet to signal into the bullpen. It might just be a bit of mound visit here to try to calm him down. I mean, he started out the inning great. Got Trey Martin swinging. Eli Mejia grounded out over to shortstop, and Cade Botchler with the walk with 2 outs. But now you're starting to see a hungry part of the Rams lineup here at the top. Andreas Holzer has batted the ball on the ground over to Daria twice. And Garno Bernard is 0 for 2 with a couple of batted balls as well out to left field and third. Holzer could be the go-ahead run. Tying run at first base, and Bochler. To see if Mike White, the current third base coach, has to roll the dice to send his runner. And that pitch hit him. First pitch goes on the behind of Holzer. Bochler on to second base, and the go-ahead run is at first for Bluefield. So Logan Hill, the right-handed pitcher from Howard, Ohio, setting the table for Edgardo Bernard. Rams only have 3 hits today. Fourth one could be big with a second baseman playing back in the grass. And Bernard was trying to send it there. Strike one on a healthy cut and a miss. No balls, 1 strike. First 2 men of the inning retired. Bochler on with a walk. Holzer hit by a pitch. The 0-1. Bernard, a check swing, bouncer on to second, reeled in, tossed to first in time. Bernard wants that back, you can tell, with a check swing. Noah Henry had it played perfectly. Rams leave 2 men on, 1 in scoring position. They trail 1-0. We're on to the 6th at Bowen Field. First pitch of the 6th inning is a fastball right down the middle from Nathan Cutler. 1-0 OCU leads. Hunter Holt at the plate, 0 for 2 with a swinging strikeout and a backwards K as well. So we'll see the 5-6-7 for OCU and a cut and a miss on the 0-1, strike 2. There's a man in the bullpen starting to toss around for Bluefield College. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. Another strikeout for Nathan Cutler. And talk about the economics of pitching there. Got that done in just 3 pitches. Eight strikeouts for the Bedford native. Unfortunately for him, still in a column for the loss, as that one's popped up by Joe Henderson. Right side, could be trouble in no man's land. Bernard backs up and makes the catch as he backpedals into his right fielder, Bochler, and Wayne Butler was also there. 4 pitches, 2 outs. Couldn't ask for anything better at this point. I'm sure I just etched in a broadcaster's curse with that. This pitch will probably go 870 feet. As Jared Hamlin steps up. 1 for 2. Flew out to right field his last time. First baseman watches it low. Had no intention of swinging that. Just Had a stand-up stance into the box. Now we see a bit of a bend to the knees. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Inside corner called for a strike at 1-1. 1-0, lone run of the ball game scored by the Trailblazers in the 5th after Hufford advanced home on a throw down to second to try to get Henry. 1-1. Here the corner again. Hamlin didn't commit on it. 1-2. So could this be the 9th strikeout for Nathan Cutler? 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The deal. Swing and a miss. He got him. 9th strikeout for Nathan Cutler. And more importantly, a 1-2-3, top of the 6th, issued by the Bedford pitcher. Rams onto the bottom of the 6th. It's 1-0 OCU. Bottom of the 6th inning, Bluefield College trails 1-0. Logan Hill still on the mound. Deals the first one to Ozzie Millette, and he has to duck. And it's ball 1. 3-4-5 due up for Bluefield, and they are hungry for a base knock here. Rams have not had a hit since all the way back in the 2nd inning. Here we are in the 6th. Millette had a single in the 1st and then grounded out off of a what we'll call a 1-4-3 back in the 3rd because he got a piece of the pitcher, Logan Hill, who's still on the mound. That 1-0 drops low. That was a scary moment, and it's so quick. It's kind of hard to see it and gauge what's happening as well as you can behind home plate from here at 3rd. But it hit off of Hill so quickly and ricocheted straight to Henry. That one is bounced over to 2nd. Henry ranges, bobbles, tosses in time. Oh, Bluefield College cannot catch a break even when that one was assuredly going to be an E4. Henry stayed with it. Sidearm to 1st in time. And there's one gone to the bottom of the 6th. Another reminder to you folks, darkhorsedunker.com. You got to go vote for Naquan Cousins right now in this national dunk competition he is in amongst 16 or make it 15 other basketball players from around the country in smaller schools. Right now is trailing to a young man from the College of Idaho as Napoleon looks at a pitch right down the middle for strike 1. Trying to push him ahead. There's only a few more days left to vote. Inside, 1-1. You can vote once a day on each device you have. So if you have a laptop, a computer, a tablet, and a phone, there's 4 votes right there. 1-1. Swinging a foul ball right off of Colton Lee. Make it 1-2. Napoleon has yet to reach today. And on an inning-ending fielder's choice back on the 1st inning and grounded out to lead off the bottom of the 4th to 2nd. One, two. Sliced foul, and Hamlin can't catch up to it. That one must have stung Napoleon. Went right off of the end of the bat with a wicked backspin. Make it 1-2 with nobody on, 1 out, no score. Or excuse me, 1-0 OCU. Lone score of the ball game in the top of the 5th. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Ready for the 1-2. Inside just by a smidgen. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Napoleon has some pop. Also some speed. I mean, this is a tall man to pitch to. See what it can do here from Logan Hill. Ready for the 2-2. It's high, ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes. Ready for the payoff. Swung on, grounded, sharply foul down the third base line. So we'll do it again at 3-2. Great day for baseball. It's turning out to be with a decent crowd considering how cold it is, how early in the season it is. Another payoff. Outside ball 4. It turns in to be a pretty productive plate appearance for Pepe Napoleon. 3rd walk, and now is Logan Hill done. We already saw a mound visit for him when he issued a 2-out walk. And then a hit batsman right after that. Rams have 2 men on back in the 5th inning. Wayne Butler, one of those 3 walks back in the 4th. Up to the plate with 1 out. Curveball inside for ball 1. 1-0, 1 out. Napoleon on. Out we saw Ozzie Millette batted a ball to second. Noah Henry tossed to first in time. Pickoff attempt. Napoleon dives back safely. Now imagine this. That is the first pickoff attempt we have seen in the entire game. It is the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, Bluefield hasn't had that many base runners. I mean, they had 2 back in the 5th inning and 1 for a short period in the 4th. Swung on, grounded on the right side, through for a base hit. Napoleon, green light around second, racing on to the corner, and the throw is not in time. Butler, meanwhile, gets the second base on the throw after the single. Napoleon to 3rd, Butler to 2nd, and the Rams have the go-ahead run in scoring position with a tying run at 3rd base. George Curbelo, the catcher, deep enough fly ball, ties up the game. You have to think as well, I mean, just anything batted, will OCU try to keep that runner in? Corners are in right now for the Trailblazers. In the middle of the infield playing at double play depth, which makes no sense, obviously. Well, just trying to make sure that a ground ball won't allow Curbelo to get on as he swings and shoots into right center field. There's a base hit. Napoleon easily scores. Here comes Butler, and the Rams have taken the lead. Sliding into second awkwardly, and he is safe anyway. A 2-run double, and the Rams take a 2-1 lead. And Curbelo belly flopped on the bag. It was kind of like he was deciding whether to do a feet-first slide and a head-first slide and try to do the same thing at the same time. And it didn't look great. But I tell you what does for Bluefield College is the fact that Napoleon and Butler were able to score out of it. Couple of runs scored for the catcher. Also with the catcher, you're going to see a courtesy runner anyway. That's Elijah Irvin, junior from Brooklyn, New York. So it's 2-1 for Bluefield. And what that does, that also gives Nathan Cutler the ability to be in the running to win this game. And now it looks like that is it for Logan Hill. So the head coach in Michael Blevins coming out for OCU after the 2-run double for George Curbelo And the Rams will have to face a new pitcher here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-1 Bluefield on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Well, that is it for Logan Hill. Now it's Ryan Weber's turn. Final line on Hill, which obviously we actually don't have, so the tentative line at the moment. 3 Ks, 3 walks through 5 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs so far. If Irvin scores, it'll be the 3rd one, and that is it. So now for Bluefield, up against a new righty, and Trey Martin is at the dish for Bluefield College, just a bit high for ball 1. There's 1 out. You're just now joining us. The Rams able to take the lead on a 2-run double to right center field from George Curbelo. Ready for the 1-0. Big lead for Irvin, the courtesy runner. DH watches it go outside, 2-0. Weber, a senior from Cincinnati, Ohio. Trying to pick up the damage here. Trying to fan off the Flames. Bluefield College able to put a couple of balls into play there. Napoleon walked on a long at-bat. Butler singled, and then Curbelo with a double for the Rams. That was the only extra base hit so far today for Bluefield College as Weber steps off. Weber at 6'1", 180. Steps off again. Irvin trying to bait him into throwing over to second base. This is a time when the Rams can really plow ahead here. Still being out hit at the moment. Just 5 hits as opposed to 7 for OCU. 2-0. Fouled back. Makes it strike 1, 2-1. On the other end, Nathan Cutler has pitched 6 innings for Bluefield. 9 strikeouts for the pitcher from Bedford, Virginia. So I have to wonder if we will see Cutler coming out in the 7th inning, 6'6" junior. Two-one. In the dirt. Irvin did not go, makes it 3-1. So a real batter's count now to the designated hitter from Tennessee. Ellie Mejia on deck for Bluefield. Weber deals. Inside, ball 4, and the Rams once again have 2 men on. Ellie Mejia returns to the dish for Bluefield College with 2 men on, 1 out. Rams now have had 4 straight batters get on base as Weber issues a walk to his first opponent. First pitch to Mejia goes outside, and it's ball 1. He has only thrown 1 strike so far. That's 5 balls and 1 strike. Martin at second. Or Martin at first. Irvin at second. So that one is lifted into center field. Drops for a base hit. Irvin held up at third. Martin trots back to second, and the bases are juiced with 1 out. Second single of the ball game for Mejia. Cade Botchler. On with a walk his last time up. 1 out can break this game open with a good little knock here. Now, you got to remember, just 1 out, a deep enough fly ball also brings in an RBI for the freshman right fielder. Just now joining us, Rams scoring 2 runs off of Logan Hill. Pitch. Botchler watches it inside. It flies behind the catcher. And actually, Botchler was hit by the pitch, just nicked him in the cleat. So Irvin running for him, comes in to score. And there's the final line on Logan Hill. 4 runs today. Or excuse me, 3 runs today. So 3-1 the lead. Bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded as everyone goes station to station. Now we see the assistant coach and Rick Barger come out and talk again to Ryan Weber, who has now led on everybody he has seen so far. Botchler hit by a pitch. Martin on to third. Mejia to second. Eighth batter of the inning coming up. It's Andreas Holzer. 3-1 the score. Bluefield trailing up until this exact inning in the bottom of the 6th. Logan Hill pretty deep into the ball game. Rams weren't able to really crank any big hits off of him. Corbello's hit was the most well-struck ball that we have seen out of Bluefield today. No, stating the obvious that that's a double, but other than that, the Rams weren't able to really get under anything. So now it's a 2-run lead for Bluefield College. 3-1 the score, or 3-1 the score. Bottom of the 6th. Trey Martin at third base. Mejia at second. Botchler on after being plunked. Holzer calls time. Left fielder 0 for 2, hit by a pitch in the 5th and left on base. Leadoff man for Bluefield. Corner is playing in as Holzer watches it low. And boy, Weber struggling. Can't buy a strike right now. 1-0. One ball, no strikes, bases loaded. Holzer awaits. Weber deals. Skips in the dirt again. 2 balls, no strikes. Oh, the cold air chilling the pitcher and Ryan Weber. Here's the 2-0. High for ball 3. And it's a 3-0 count with 1 out and the bases loaded. have to believe here if Weber walks him in 4 pitches, we will likely not see him up against Edgardo Bernard. 3-0. Watch it down the pipe. Strike 1. So Weber right back into the strike zone. 3-1. I believe that's only the second strike he has thrown. 3-1. In the dirt, ball 4, and the Rams take a 4-1 lead. Martin on to home. Mejia trots to third. Botchler advanced to second. And Andreas Holzer walked. So the 9th batter, and that is it for Ryan Weber. We will see a new pitcher for OCU up against Edgardo Bernard here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 4 runs scoring in the bottom of the 6th for Bluefield College. They lead 4-1 as the Trailblazers try to figure out their pitching situation when we come back with 1 out and bases loaded. Wade Farrell on the mound now after allowing all 4 base runners, all 4 batters he saw to be base runners. Allows 1 run so far in Trey Martin, but all the base runners right now, bases loaded, are attributed to Ryan Weber. So Wade Farrell on the mound, the righty up against Edgardo Bernard. 1 out, 4-1 the score. As Bernard shoots it high in the air, left side, Holt backs up, converges, makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third, and the Rams have taken a 5-1 lead. Sacrifice fly allows Mejia to score. Botchler stays put at second base. Holzer does the same. So a sacrifice to left field for Edgardo Bernard. 5-1 the score. What a big inning it's been for Bluefield College. 5-1 at the bottom of the 6th inning. So Ozzie Millette. Already saw him bat in this inning for the leadoff man. Grounded out to second base. As that first pitch hits the dirt, ball 1. 2 men on, 1 in scoring position. Botchler at second, Holzer at first. Millette is 1 for 3. Looking at a 1-0 coming up from Wade Farrell, the righty. Checks second and deals. Hits the corner for strike 1. Bit of a delayed strike call there as a gust of wind floats right to left. Ball and a strike with 2 gone. "5-1, Bluefield leads. Shoulders shrug and the 1-1. In the dirt, nobody goes. Advances it up to 2-1. So the inning started off with Millette's ground out. They saw Napoleon get walked, Butler singled to put 2 men on for Bluefield. Then a 2-run double gave the Rams the lead. That was George Curbelo. He was replaced by Irvin in a courtesy run situation. Martin was walked by Ryan Weber. Mejia hit a single. And then Cade Botchler came on and was hit by a pitch. That one goes low for ball 3. Back up to the top of the lineup, Andreas Holzer got an RBI off of the walk with the bases loaded. And then a sacrifice fly from Edgardo Bernard makes it 5-1. So we have 2 outs, a 3-1 count with 2 men on. Ozzie Millette batting for the second time in this inning. 3-1. Outside, ball 4, and the inning continues. So Millette walked. That'll bring up Napoleon. Bases loaded for Napoleon, who is walked. He is 0 for 2 with a run scored. Goes outside, and it is ball 1. Now we're starting to see that maybe the Trailblazers are struggling with their depth into their bullpen. Farrell, high kick, fires home as that pitch is popped up. Foul territory. Hamlin there makes the catch, and the inning is finally over. Rams leave the bases loaded, but after they score 5 runs to take the lead, we're headed to the 7th inning, 5-1 Bluefield. Welcome back to Bluefield, everyone. Top of the 7th, Rams with a big tilt on this game now. 5-1 back in the bottom of the 6th. Bluefield College with 5 runs scored. Nathan Cutler still on the mound as Hufford pops it up sky high left side of the infield. Mejia waves off Millette, and there's one away after he makes the grasp. Oh, Cutler into his 7th inning of work. 9 strikeouts for the junior from Bedford, Virginia. Noah Henry, one of those 9. He's 1 for 2 today with a single. He was thrown out stealing as he swings and grounds that one on the third base side. Another base hit for Henry. Long steps on his way to second. Holzer whips it in, hits the cutoff man, and that is a double with 1 out. 8th hit allowed today by Nathan Cutler. Mike White leaving the ball in the hands of his starter as the Rams have a 4-run lead. Looked pretty confident there because Bluefield College, after Logan Hill was taken off for the bump in the inning, you start to see that the Trailblazers don't have that deep of a bullpen. After Ryan Weber allowed 4 men on with a single, walks, and hit by pitches. You can see that Cutler does have the ability to close out this game. Pitch is high, though, to the leadoff man, and Connor Guerin, who has hit a double and struck out twice against Cutler. 1-0. Ball and no strikes with 1 out. Pitch. Guerin limbos out of the way. 2 balls, no strikes. Now approaching hour 2 of this ball game. We got started a bit late, dealing with some just housekeeping, trying to get the field correctly done here, and also trying to work out the kinks of our baseball broadcast. 2-0. It's in the dirt, trying to throw it over. No, Curbelo will just eat it and give it back to Cutler. A 3-0 count. Well, Cutler, if he throws a ball here, that's his first walk. We're in the 7th inning. Did hit a pitch or hit a player back in the 2nd inning. That was Joe Henderson. Pitch. And it's high. There's his first walk. Is this it for Cutler? 1 out, 2 men on. Rams can still play the double play to end the inning, and now we'll see Thomas Huddleston. And this is the first mound visit for Bluefield College. Cutler got himself into a jam back in the 5th inning. That's when a run scored and got out of it. I mean, he struck out Connor Guerin, gave up 2 straight 2-out singles, and forced Rysinga to line out over to second base. Since then, it's been pretty easy for Cutler to maneuver his way out of these past couple of innings. But, well, you know, for Nathan Cutler, trying to keep this 4-run lead. See if we can do it. Andrew Daria. So far, he's allowed 8 hits, 9 strikeouts for Cutler. Trying to get into the decade mark, possibly with another K here. Rams would also love a double play to send them to the bottom of the 7th. Cutler fires. Check swing down the middle, strike 1. Daria singled in the 5th. He's popped up twice. He's 1 for 3. Game 1 of a doubleheader. So we'll see a 7-inning game following this one, then a 9-inning game tomorrow. Game 1 of a 3-game set. Here's the 0-1. Another check swing and another issued strike. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 men on, a 5-1 lead for Bluefield. Cutler trying to defend that here. Ball in the glove. And Cutler steps off for just a moment to get Noah Henry to retreat back to second base off of his double. The 0-2 coming from Cutler. The pitch. Check swing in the dirt. Base is occupied. 10th strikeout for Nathan Cutler. Daria goes down swinging, and Colton Lee comes up to the plate. 1 for 3 today, but 10 strikeouts for Nathan Cutler. Lee awaits. First pitch to him with 2 men on. Watches it high for ball 1. 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning. 5-1 Bluefield College leads. See if OCU sends out Wade Farrell in the bottom of the 7th inning. Two men on for the Blazers. It's called a strike on the 1-1. On the 1-0 it was called a strike. Now it makes it a 1-1. Cutler relaxes. Checks the runner. Does a second time. 1-1. Swung on. Fouled back. Curbelo watches it go into the orange seats. So it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Force it any base, says Curbelo, the catcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Colton Lee. And he tried to bring Ohio Christian back into this one with 2 men on. Cutler fires. Swung on, lifted to center. Napoleon's there, points at it, and the sunny sky and makes the catch. And the Blazers once again leave 2 men on, and Cutler has pitched 7 complete for Bluefield College with 10 strikeouts. And the Rams lead into stretch time, 5-1 here at Bowen Field. Bottom of the 7th inning, Bluefield College leads 5-1 in their second home game of the season over OCU after tacking on 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Napoleon was the last batter, so we'll see the 5-6-7 up. Butler lays down a bunt, fielded by Farrell, tossed to first in time. So a quick out on the bunt attempt after Butler had scored one of the 5 runs back in the 6th inning. Bluefield College with a go-ahead on a 2-run double from Curbelo. And it should be him. Yes, it's Curbelo up to the plate. Big hit of the day for him, 1 for 3. On the bottom of the 7th, the Miami native awaits a pitch coming up from Farrell. It's low, ball 1. Ball and no strikes with 1 out, nobody on. Pitch to the catcher. Looks at it outside, 2-0. We'll see Trey Martin right after this. Third pitcher of the day for the Blazers. Right now in line for the loss is Logan Hill, the starter. They've done a great job. I mean, going through 5 1/3. 2-0. Breaking ball drops in on the inside corner, strike one. And the Rams just had him figured out. Napoleon on with a long walk. Wayne Butler singled after that, and then Curbelo shot a ball to right center. 2-1. That one drops low, 3-1. Actually called a strike, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out with nobody on. Curbelo now forced to fight in this one. It's either 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Curbelo today. Now there are 2 gone in the bottom of the 7th with Trey Martin to the plate. Martin, the DH, 1 for 2, struck out in this 5th inning. Walked back in the 6th. That was by Ryan Weber. DH looks at it high, ball 1. Weber allowed 2 runs after walking Martin, gave up a single to Mejia, hit Botchler, and then walked Holzer. 1-0. Swung on, slapped on the shortstop side. Daria pushes it down to the dirt, throws to first in time, and that's what OCU needed. A 1-2-3, bottom of the 7th inning. We are headed to the 8th, 5-1 Bluefield. Cody Gardier is now on the mound for Bluefield College. We are in the top of the 8th inning. Rams lead 5-1, so a final line on Nathan Cutler in line for the win. 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, 8 hits, and only 1 earned run. So a good day for Nathan Cutler as Cody Gardier comes to the plate and deals a first pitch strike to Ian Reisinga in the top of the 8th inning. Reisinga is 0 for 3, was one of the 2 strikeouts, 2 of the 10 for Nathan Cutler. Big cut and a miss, already down 0-2. Gardier, the right-handed pitcher from Lake Park, Florida, steps into the 0-2. Drops it a bit low. It's 1-1. Oh, with how tall Nathan Cutler is, 6'6", you would think that looking at Cody Gardier, this guy's only 5'9". He's still 6'2". Looks out of the glove, starts the motion, 1-2. Grounded foul, bouncing into the near side third base dugout for Ohio Christian. Keeps it at 1-2. We'll see Rysinga, Hunter Holt, and Joe Henderson all in this 8th inning. Rams with 5 runs, all in the 6th. The 1-2. Bounces in the dirt to even it up at 2-2. Lone run for OCU scored in the 5th. After Hufford doubled. Advanced to third on a single from Noah Henry. Henry baited Corbello to throw to second to get him out, but Hufford scored. Now a 2-2 offer. Lifted into right field. Botchler races back, ranges to the right, and makes the catch. First out, underway, top of the 8th. That was a good charge into that ball from the DH for Ohio Christian. That's still not good enough. Not enough wind in the ballpark to really play around with it. We didn't install a new flag in left field, so it's kind of hard to tell where the wind is going, at least from our vantage point. So with 1 out, Hunter Holt would be up to the plate, but now we have a pinch hitter. Ethan Kunkel, the freshman from Clarksburg, Ohio, steps in for Holt, who had a slow day at the plate at 0 for 3. Ball's in the dirt, ball 1. Holt struck out 3 times. I have to wonder if Kunkel will go into left field. 1-0. Launched high, but called a strike at 1-1. Thanks to all joining us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Game 2 will also be broadcasted live. 1-1. High and in, 2 balls, 1 strike. As will Game 3, the 3 men's volleyball games we have this week. And the 2 basketball games we have next Saturday as well. 1-1. Chop third base side. Millette fields in foul territory. Throws to first. And well, he would have been out if that was a true play, but wasn't. So it was foul. Millette smiles as he goes back to his post at third. Ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Pitch. Rounded slowly left side. Millette has a charge. Rifles to first. A bit low, but good enough for Edgardo Bernard. 2 outs. So far, so good for Cody Gardier here at Bowen Field. Remember, this is the second game the Rams have played here at Bowen. They played a few days ago and won in a shootout against U-Pike 14-13. Joe Henderson up to the dish. Center fielder was plunked by Cutler back in the second inning. He was the one-hit batsman. And then also singled. He's going to have another if Napoleon can't get there, but he does. That one shot straight to center field. 1, 2, 3. Top of the 8th inning. Rams looking for some extra insurance. When we come back in the bottom of the 8th, they lead 5-1. Bailey Roberts is southpaw now on the mound for OCU. Bottom of the 8th inning, 5-1 the score in favor of Bluefield College as Mejia hits the ball straight to the shortstop and Darius. So he makes the catch for out number 1. Rams have been retired 5 in a row here. Make it 6 in a row. Cade Botchler up. He was hit by a pitch in that very long 6th inning where the Rams scored 5 runs. And it looks like there is a pinch hitter for Bluefield College. Right-handed man for the Rams, Elijah Lewis from San Diego, California. So Lewis with a spread-out stance at the plate, nobody on, has to face a lefty. Roberts backs off, the freshman from Washington Courthouse, Ohio. As a helicopter flies in, that's not something you see every day here. That pitch goes low for ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Deal. Watch down the middle, strike 1. Evens it up at 1-1. Thanks to all you fans watching on the Rams Digital Sports Network. We do have another game right after this. That'll be 7 innings long. 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1-2, 1 out, nobody on. 5-1 Bluefield. First baseball game we've been able to broadcast this year. 1-2. And it's high for ball 2. 2-2. Here at historic Bowen Field, where guys like Cal Ripken have played, Eddie Murray, Boog Powell, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 2-2. Check swing in the dirt. Did he go? No, he held up. So Lewis saved there to make it a 3-2 count. Like we said at the beginning of the broadcast, over 50 years, this was the rookie home of the Baltimore Orioles affiliate, the Bluefield Orioles. And when they left town, the Blue Jays came, and unfortunately for this town and just baseball in general in Appalachia, well, there might be a thing of the past as well for the Blue Jays. So that 3-2 is high, ball 4. Trying to fight to keep that in the community, though. Pitch is high, ball 4. 5-1 the score. Rams lead. They already have a man on to try to add to it as we go to the top of the lineup in Andreas Holzer. Now, Holzer's searching for his first hit of the ball game. He was walked back in the 6th with the bases loaded, so there's an RBI for him there. But he's 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts to short. Roberts deals in the dirt, ball 1. Stressing this again, folks, if you are a Bluefield fan, head on over to darkhorsedunker.com. Vote for Naquan Cousins in the State Farm Dark Horse Dunker Contest. We have a Bluefield College men's basketball player in a national competition. Wouldn't that be great for him to win? As the 1-0 is a bit high. 2-0. Rams men's basketball in a pretty big game down in South Carolina today against Allen, where the AAC is wide open. The 2-0 is popped up right side. First baseman and Jared Hamlin steps back, and that drops into fair territory. On to second, he's out. That was so odd. The ball died in a crater about an inch to the left of the right field line. So that's a fair ball, and Lewis was thrown out easily at second in a 4-6. Daria able to make the catch at short after it was thrown in there by Noah Henry. Ends up being a base hit for Holzer. So a force out, so a fielder's choice. Excuse me. So unfortunately for Holzer, that will not be his first base hit of the ball game. The pitch, and it's high, ball 1. Gardner Bernard had a sacrifice back in the 6th. He's 0 for 3 with an RBI today. That one's in the dirt. Runner going, and Holzer sprints into second. So give that a wild pitch. Holzer on to second base. Bernard up in a 2-0 count. Bailey Roberts, lefty, checking on Holzer at second. The pitch watched in the dirt again. Owen Lee able to keep it in front, though. 3-0 count with 2 outs. I have to wonder for the Rams, will they bring out Gardier? It won't be a safe situation with the Rams already leading by 4. Lefty looks in to the lefty. 3-0. Bernard takes a cut at a 3-0 pitch. Got a piece of it. Dropped by Lee. So it's a 3-1 count. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 5-1 the score in favor of Bluefield with Holzer at second base. Right side playing pretty far back. 3-1. Watched outside, ball 4. Well, these walks are starting to rack up in the later innings. Holzer at second off of the wild pitch and reaching on a fielder's choice. A baffling one, really. Ozzie Millette up to the plate, looking for his second hit of the ball game. You know, the Rams with a 5-run or a 4-run lead today, only one player for them has a multi-hit game, and that's Eli Mejia. 6 hits for Bluefield College. First pitch to Ozzie is a breaking ball that hits the outside corner on the righty, strike 1. All part of that big 6th inning. There's a single, a double, a walk, a single, hit by pitch, walk, walk. 2 men on for Bluefield. The 0-1. Fouled back by Millette over the backstop. Out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 2, shot into left field and foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Millette waits. And adds some more runs to a 4-run lead. The 0-2. Swung on, grounded up the middle, straight at second. Henry bobbles it, throw to first. Not in time, no scoop there. So that will be an error on OCU, and the Rams have the bases loaded. Holzer to third, Bernard to second, and Millette on to first. E4 on the handle on Noah Henry, because if he handles that perfectly, he could toss to second, and Bernard would be toast. So Millette is on at first. Thanks to the error, and Pepe Napoleon can really break this game open. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. First pitch, and Napoleon watches it go right down the middle, strike 1. And an 0-1, 2 outs, bases juiced. Haley Roberts fires. Outside, ball 1. So Bluefield with a 4-run lead. Still, I mean, that's a lead where it could be tied with a swing of the bat. So Napoleon gives the Rams an ultra insurance plan here with a base hit. 1-1. Strike two. Breaking ball high. Napoleon not excited about that call. Digs back in. Sun continuing to set out in right field. Ready for the 1-2. Hit down the right field line. The flare drops for a base hit. Holzer scores. Here comes Bernard. He's in there. And it's a 2-run single for Pepe Napoleon. Rams lead 7-1. Hit it off of the end of the bat and cued it down the line. And Bluefield College has busted this game open in the bottom of the 8th. Millette is at third. Napoleon at first with a couple of RBIs. Bailey Roberts got those 2 quick outs. These will be unearned after Ozzie Millette got on with an error. Wade Butler, the switch hitter for the Rams, batting right-handed now against the lefty. 7-1 the score, game 1 of this doubleheader. First pitch. Swung on, stroked left side, and through for a base hit. Millette scores. It's 8-1. Had to wait on the dive of the third baseman, and Hayden Hufford could not get there. Napoleon to second, 8-1 Bluefield, big lead. Hard hit ball for Butler. That's his second single of the game. George Curbelo throwing off the shin pads. He's ready to go. Got his knees all dirty after that go-ahead 2-run double. I mean, he belly flopped on the bag. Lucky he's okay. Glad he's okay. First pitch. Watch down the middle, strike 1. Curbelo, other than that double, 1 for 4. 2 RBIs, a run scored. Struck out twice today. Struck out his last time up in the 7th inning. That was against Wade Farrell. Now facing a lefty for the first time in this game. 0-1. Fouled back quickly, 0-2. Napoleon at second. Moved over to, or now, yes, he is at second. Butler at first. 8-1 Bluefield College lead. They now have 8 hits as well. OCU has committed 2 errors in this game. Pitch. Grounded sharply left side, caught by Hufford, slings his way onto first, and the inning is over. But the Rams score 3 runs in the 8th. 8-1 they lead, 3 outs away from taking game 1 of this doubleheader when we come back on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Jared Hamlin ready to lead off the top of the 9th inning. Justin Coleman on the mound after Cody Gardier came in. As Coleman hits it on the ground, Millette pops it down, and Mejia couldn't pick it off of the rebound. So that is a base hit for Jared Hamlin to lead off the 9th. It's 8-1. Bluefield College leads. They're only 3 outs away from winning game 1 of this doubleheader. We will see a 7-inning game in the second game of this contest, so I believe that answers TJ Hoosh 1's question on our chat. Hayden Hufford to the plate. 2 for 3. Doubled as the only run scored today for OCU. Coleman, the righty, deals. And the Tennessee native missed the zone there a bit high. Ball 1. Ready for the 1-0 coming up. Pitch. Right into the strike zone across the numbers. And it's strike 1. 1-1. I have to wonder how much Mike White's going to mix up the lineup. I wonder if we'll see Joseph Cardona catch game 2. Or Corbello does both the games today, and then maybe Cardona tomorrow. Fouled back, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Kind of chilly here in Bluefield, Virginia. Across the parking lot. If you parked really far away, you're in a different state. How about that? At historic Bowen Field. Coleman nods, looks at first. Ready to go, the 1-2. Hit him right in the wrist on Hufford. And the inning continues. Hamlin on with a single. Hufford getting hit by a pitch. You got to remember how chilly it is. That has to hurt extra hard. Noah Henry up. He's doubled and singled today. Top of the 9th, Rams are 3 outs away from ending this one. Looks like we're going to see a runner come on for Hufford. That's going to be Brandon Seiler. Second time we've seen him come on as a courtesy runner. Man at second and first. No outs, top of the 9th. OCU needs to come back from a 7-run deficit. Down 8-1. First pitch fouled back, strike 1. So Cutler right now in line for the win. 7 innings pitched, 8 hits, 1 earned run, and 10 strikeouts. That's pretty good. Nathan Cutler. Relaxes on the mound, checks the runner and Hamlin. 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Coleman right back into the zone. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Relaxes on the mound, checks the runners, and deals. Swung on, grounded left side, and that is foul. Now Coach Blevins for OCU looking pretty encouraged in this inning. 8-1 the score. No balls, 2 strikes. Seiler at first. Hamlin at second. 0-2. In the dirt and outside. Corbello can't find it, and the runner advances from second to third. That's the second time that's happened today where Corbello's lost the ball and needs somebody to spot it for him. 1-2 the count. Noah Henry trying to reach for the third time today. Tall hill to climb for OCU. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ready for the pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He got it. So now that sets up an opportunity for the Rams to have a double play to end the ball game at second and first. First out, Hamlin on to third. Back to the top of the lineup, and Connor Guerin, he has struck out twice. 1 for 3. Also walked in the 7th inning. He had a double back in the third and was left on. Coleman kicks and offers. Fastball blazing into the strike zone. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on the corners for OCU, down by 7. That pitch goes outside. Evens it up at 1-1. Ball and a strike, 1 out. Sort of a lengthy top of the 9th so far. Coleman just trying to seal the deal in this one. 1-1. Down the middle, good pitch, strike 2. Connor Guerin shakes that one off. Ball and 2 strikes to the right fielder. Here's the deal. Swing and a foul. Tip dropped by Curbelo. Not sure where that ball even went. I guess it went to the backstop. Curbelo nearly had it. Would have been the 2nd strikeout in a row for Coleman. We're at the top of the lineup. Inning started off with a single from Hamlin on a really hard hit ball over to third. Wouldn't have been easy for Millette or Mejia to field it. And Hufford was hit by a pitch, replaced by the runner in Seiler. 1-2. Fouled back again. Keeps it at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Second game will be 7 innings. And tomorrow, the finale, 1 p.m. Supposed to play 2 yesterday, and I guess just decided to push it back to the weekend. Helped out a lot of the players and the staff that had significant others to, I guess, take out on Valentine's Day. Here's the 1-2. And it's high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Probably a nice trip to Applebee's and a 2 for $20 deal to show how much you really care. Ready for a 2-2 with 1 out. And it's high, ball 3. So Coleman is now flirting with loading up the bases with just 1 out. 7-run lead for Bluefield, though, after 5 runs in the 6th and then 3 more in the 8th. Sun beaming in. Payoff. Guerin swings, grounds it left side through the 5-6 hole. A base knock. Hamlin scores. Seiler on to second. It's an RBI single for Connor Guerin, who now has a multi-hit game. So it's 8-2. Hufford, the runner representing him, and Seiler goes to second. Andrew Daria returns to the dish. Oh, Bluefield College still up by 6, so really can't sweat it, but still 10 hits for Ohio Christian. Coleman from the belt fires home, swung on, hit down the left field line, and foul. A bit early on that, off the end of the bat. And a strike 1. Count it 0-1. 1 out. Millette creeping in. Coleman pitches. Buries it in the dirt. Boy, this is starting to be a struggle for Coleman. Guerin's on at first base. Seiler at second with a 1-1 upcoming to the shortstop. 1 for 4. Last time up, struck out. 1-1. Inside for ball 2. Sun's starting to heat us up on the third base side. Ready for the 2-1. High and in, ball 3. Rams just 2 outs away from winning this game. Young pitcher from Tennessee comes set with 2 men on. Here's the 3-1. High ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Seiler to third, Guerin to second, and Daria walked. Rams keeping him on the mound, though. Double play away from ending this ball game. Colton Lee up with 1 out and the bases loaded. First pitch, fouled back, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Ready to deliver here. The pitch. Swung on, shot into right field. Botzler on his way back, and that one is off of the wall. Seiler scores. Here comes Guerin. He's in there, and it's a bases clearing double. With the bases loaded, it's a 3-run game in the blink of an eye. Wow. Colton Lee, a 3-run double. And it's 8-5. Now will Coleman stay on? It looks like we might see some more movement in the bullpen for Bluefield College. Carter Hyde on to run for the catcher. Folks got to remember also there is just 1 out. 11 hits on the day for OCU. And Rysinga hitless so far today, 0 for 4. Shakes it off. Coleman on the mound, ready to deal inside. Ready for the first pitch to the DH. Now a pickoff attempt. And it's late. Back to second base. 1 man on. 3 make it 4 runs have scored in the inning. 8-5. 1 out. Rams led 8-1 going into the top of the 9th. First pitch is high and outside. And Thomas Huddleston is going to take a much-needed visit to the mound here to try to slow down Coleman. So far, 1 strikeout in the inning. Started off the inning with a very hard-hit single on the third baseline by Jared Hamlin. Hufford was hit by a pitch. runner representing him eventually scored. Henry struck out. RBI single for Connor Guerin. Bases loaded up after the walk to Daria. And then a bases clearing 3-run double from Colton Lee has made this an 8-5 game. And all of a sudden, it's more in the realm of possibility for this team to come back and win this game. One ball, no strikes. Rysinga ready to go. The pitch. Fouled off. 1-1. Just one out for Bluefield. Now we need some more game balls. Right back up to Coleman. Boy, we need to get rid of this plexiglass in the press box. That's a story for a different day. It is just heating up in here. 1-1 with one out. And it's second to pitch. Rysinga down the right field line, and it's into the bullpen for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coleman with a bit more confidence now. As Rysinga, an account favoring the pitcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Colton Lee replaced by the runner and Carter Hyde at second base. Ready for a 1-2. The pitch. Fouled back. He's right on it. Ball and 2 strikes. Runner at second. 1-2. High and in, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Potential tying run on deck. All the Rams need is 2 outs. Coleman delivers. Swinging a foul ball cued on the right side. This Ohio Christian dugout starting to believe after scoring 4 runs. It was 8-1 to begin. And for Colton Lee, that one hit the wall. It was so close to being gone. Two coming up. Coleman shoulder shrug, checks in, looks at second. Here it is. Check swing, it's high and tight. He held up all 3. 7th batter of the inning. Coleman with a long look in. Ready to look down, the runner at second and Hyde. Payoff. Swing and a miss, he got him. Huge strikeout for Coleman. And the Rams are 1 out away from winning game 1 of the doubleheader, currently sitting at 8-5, top of the 9th inning with 2 outs. Hunter Holt back to the plate. Subbed back in after Ethan Dunkel came in his place and hit over to third and a ground out his last time up. First pitch to Holt. It's high and outside. He's 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts. Now in the ninth, OCU smelling a comeback, and the Rams snuff that out. 1-0. High and outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Two and 0. Sun continuing to set on this first game. Runner at second. 2 outs. 2-0. Good pitch for Coleman. Hits the outside corner. First strike of the at-bat. So Hunter Holt, swing in the bat, could make this a 1-run game. It's 8-5. Rams led 8-1 in this ninth. Now all of a sudden it's a ball game. Coleman fires. Fouled away left side, and the Blazers are down to their final strike in game 1. Justin Coleman has the ball in his hand. Ready for a 2-2 with 2 outs. Top of the ninth inning. Long look in. Gets the sign from Curbelo. Catcher encourages him to throw it home here. The 2-2. Swung on, lifted left side, and foul over the bullpen of OCU. So we'll keep it at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Starting to get even colder here in Bluefield, West Virginia and Virginia. Coleman ready to pitch. 2-2. Tying runner on deck. The pitch. Swung on, shot down the right field line. There's another foul ball. This time he was early into the Bluefield bullpen. So this game continues here. Top of the ninth, 2 outs. 8-5 the score. Bluefield led 8-1 in this ninth inning. Coleman has the Blazers down to their final strike as their left fielder steps in. Hunter Holt. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Coleman fires another 2-2. Popped up foul, left side out of play. Long AB. Another shoulder shrug, waiting on another 2-2. Grounded foul this time down the right field line. Boy, what an at-bat. What a long game this has turned out to be in the last couple of innings. Look at the line for OCU. 5 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. Rams with 8 runs on 8 hits. They also have committed 1 error. Going to the bullpen, this game starts to get a bit wonky. That's what's happened here in the ninth with OCU making a comeback. Down to their final strike. Can Holt calibrate this one? Another 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Coleman hangs on in the ninth inning, and the Rams take game 1 of this doubleheader 8-5 over Ohio Christian. So Bluefield College improving to 4-2 on the year. What a performance for Nathan Cutler, who gets the win after 7 innings of work, 8 hits, only 1 run, and 10 strikeouts. So Bluefield gets the win. We will be back shortly for another game against the Ohio Christian Trailblazers. That will be a 7-inning game. Tune into our Rams Facebook page, Bluefield College Athletics, on both Twitter and Facebook to find out the start time of the second game. We're going to be right back here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. If I were a betting man, I have to guess about half an hour. But until then, take it easy, Rams fans.